Badgley and James Mischka, the design team behind the celebrated Badgley Mischka label. Their glamorous evening wear and luxurious bridal gowns catapulted them to fashion fame. And since then, they've created some of the most memorable looks in Hollywood history. This dynamic duo is out to make the Badgley Mischka label a true lifestyle brand.
We went to school actually through Parsons, got to know each other, then we went our separate ways and worked for some other designers.
Mark's design skills developed under the tutelage of the legendary Donna Karan, while James tailored his talents working in menswear. But together they decided to branch out on their own and dazzle the industry with their shimmering silhouette.
The company was self-financed and we were very understaffed. We ran up and down the streets running back to show the collection to a buyer or to the press. We were just like little New York rats scurrying 24 hours a day.
Mark and James set out to shock the industry and open the door to opulence.
James and I always had an affinity for glamour and for evening clothes.
I think we've always been inspired by old Hollywood, about elegance, the way people used to dress back in the 40s, and Kate Hepburn, Audrey Hepburn, as well as the stars of today.
Their designs started rolling off the racks and created quite the buzz in the business.
All of a sudden we get a call, can I wear a dress to wear the Academy Awards? We're like, that's a good idea.
The new crop of celebrities with a fondness for old Hollywood soon turned to Badgley Mischka to get them red carpet ready for Tinseltown's biggest events. And it wasn't too long before Badgley Mischka became the label of choice of women everywhere.
The company was starting to get some traction, and Neiman Marcus put us in touch with the very huge and successful apparel company at the time, Mischka.
They helped make Badgley Mischka into the premier evening wear brand in the country.
For over 15 years, Mark Badgley and James Mischka were helping women everywhere fulfill their ultimate fashion fantasies. But in 2004, their parent company, Mischka, began selling off their investments, and the Badgley Mischka label was next on the auction block.
It was a business decision. We didn't take it personally, but it was really tough for about a year.
It was a really difficult time.
For 2 seasons, the Badgley Mischka runway went dark. But a new partnership turned the spotlight back on the label, and the boys were back in town with even more glamour up their sleeves.
We got introduced to Neil Cole at Iconics, and he presented us with a business model which sounded fascinating to us, which was about licensing.
Our company diversified some. It wasn't just about the $10,000 red carpet gown. We started licensing, we started going into a lot of different product categories, which was really super for the company.
With the ongoing expansion of this design empire, Iconics felt it was time that Badgley Mischka was a name on everyone's lips. So for the first time in the history of the label, they decided to create an ad campaign with some pretty well-known spokesmodels.
Badgley Mischka celebrates 2 decades of glamour with Eva Longoria Parker, Carrie Underwood, Brooke Shields, Lauren Hutton, and Angelica Houston. The stars are primed and prepped at a photo shoot for the April campaign.
I'm the face of Badgley Mischka, and it's really exciting.
Is that the first time you've done any modeling?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's I would call, representing a designer of that level modeling.
We wanted to go back to the most iconic, glamorous, old Hollywood, modern-day star that there is, and Sharon certainly fits that bill.
She's always been a constant inspiration to us. She said yes, and we were just delighted.
For a long time, Badgley Mischka was well known in fashion circles and a certain level of income customer. But all of a sudden, the FedEx guy in Nashville knows who Badgley Mischka is because of the Olsen twins.
With all these new ventures, the label was reborn and they reopened their offices at Fashion Avenue's most prestigious address, 550 7th Avenue, home to Donna, Ralph, Oscar, and now Badgley Mischka. And while their personal and professional partnership works out seamlessly, when it comes to their hobbies, this creative couple likes to go their separate ways.
Fashion is my life, but if I'm not at the office, you usually can find me on a horse.
Mark's escape is riding and mine is cooking or carpentry, one or the other. I just like doing it. It's like sort of like assembling things, kind of like making clothes again.
Being animal lovers, we have really embraced animal rescue agencies. We've joined forces with equestrian rescue places across the country, and it's super gratifying and super meaningful. A lot of name recognition came out of our partnership with Iconics. They were very market driven, but James and I really wanted to own the company and not be part of a big, huge mass corporation. We bought the company back with 4 amazing partners. We're strategic, we all come in with the same goals every day, and it's just been a complete life change. We're much more diversified. We've opened a lot of different categories, so we're much more of a lifestyle brand now. We only focus on things that we think are appropriate for the brand.
With a proven track record in creating drop-dead gorgeous gowns, Mark and James were ready to branch out and bring their new sportswear line to life.
Young woman today who works in an office, maybe she wants to have a little glamorous feeling to her daytime look as well.
It's really opened us up to a whole different world out there. One of our latest initiatives was opening home. It's something that James and I have always had an affinity for. It's very true to our aesthetic. There's a thread of glamour that also runs through every piece of furniture, and it was showcased beautifully with our couture clothes. We actually even launched the furniture on the runway, which was very unusual. We got an amazing press from it. We have the best stable of licensees right now that has really made a huge difference with our brand. We're enjoying probably the most success at retail than we ever have in our 30-year history.
We have our flagship retail store on Sunset Boulevard in California. We have plans to expand a couple more stores in the Los Angeles area, and we're going through a big deal of expansion in China as well, which is very exciting for us.
Many days I wake up and I still feel like we're just starting, where every collection's a new collection, a new beginning. It just goes like that, and that's what makes it exciting, I guess.
We really never forget all the work we've gone through. It's not all glamour, and I think that's really important to us to remember what we've done and where we're going.
Hard to imagine that we've been in business for 30 years. We don't know what we're going to do to celebrate 30th, but we'll definitely do something that's exciting.
We used to only watch Badgley Mischka on the red carpet. Now I see them on the street, and it's really exciting.